Ladies and
Right there.
gentlemen, good evening and welcome to episode 82 of the podcast. This one is being recorded the night after I recorded episode 81. 81 will drop in the next couple of days and this will follow a couple of days after. I'm delighted to be joined by sculptor, archer, and now philosopher extraordinaire, Mr. Ian Edwards. Ian, how
Thank,
are you, sir?
thanks, buddy.
Really good to see you. Looking magnificent as always.
Yeah,
Right. Tonight, I'd like some education from you, please.
yeah, yeah,
uh,
yeah. Me too.
I want to talk about your philosophy and what you're doing for the archery community regards field and 3D because you are putting in an awful lot of work to give people access to resources they may not normally have access to,
Yeah, yeah. The squad. We put the
and
squad together. Super
at
exciting.
an amazing price as well.
Yep.
It's
Yeah.
this Yeah, this is really exciting news for archery. But
Yeah.
first, I want to talk about your philosophy. I'd started seeing a lot more reels on Instagram
Yep.
where the philosophy, you are now no, not one of my favorite philosophers. You are my favorite philosopher now because so much
Super
of
kind.
what you say rings true. So, how did we go from sculpture, which you're still
Good. Yeah. No. Good. Yeah. Good
philosophy?
question. How did I go from one to the other? Yeah. So it's always been there. So
Yeah,
that's what informed the sculpture. That's what inspires the creation of each piece. Was the thing, the philosophy, the meaning behind it.
yeah,
So each piece I would have started off with the meaning first, and then I'll sculpt around the meaning to express that. Um, but it's reached a point, and it's really interesting how these things come about. But I've only ever been a sculptor for, I think I'm coming up 30. I'm 36 years been a sculptor.
yeah,
Um, so I've never done anything else, but always in the background has been this philosophy, the meaning, and that's what I live my life by, and it's very strong, you know. So yeah, that's always been there, and then over the last, probably I'd say the last 2 years,
yeah,
I've just felt to express it more than just in the sculptures.
yeah,
So I started to write a little bit, and now I'm wanting to speak about it, and it's still growing, it's still coming forward. So I'd like it to play more more of a role, and the role I want it to play is that I want to. It's a philosophy around what I see we need to do to live a life of fulfillment.
yeah,
Because the fundamental core insight is there is only one thing of meaning in this world, and that's the quality of your life. And the
yeah,
quality of your life is in direct relation to how fulfilled you are. And fulfillment can only ever happen in the present moment. It can't happen in the future. It can't happen in the past.
yeah,
So that means we have to be present. And what I've seen is that so often we're drawn away from the present moment in the pursuit to become something more.
yeah,
Basically, the what I call the self-seeking mind, the egoic mind, it's
yeah,
constantly, the nature of it is always trying to become more. It's and its validation is always status. It's in other words, how it is seen in the outside world.
yeah,
It's so, and that will constantly be based around in comparison to others. So the egoic mind is constantly comparing itself. So it's constantly under self-judgment.
yeah,
It's always under pressure to become more. And it's using the only moment we have as a means to an end. The
yeah,
present moment, it uses that as a means to an end. So it robs us of the only thing we have, which is the present moment, because that's the only place you can experience joy. Um, so that's really much the thinking. That's it. And I'm looking to share more of that and build
yeah,
on that and get that clearer and stronger, and how that even helps for sports, for competing, seeing competition in its real place, which is to compete, the
Yeah.
joy of competing. The winning is, and I'm highly competitive.
Yeah.
Oh, just
I'd
take part
never
guy.
noticed,
But it's the competing, but it's the opportunity to compete, to go head to head,
Yeah.
to have the opportunity to test yourself. That's the joy. And that the intensity of that gets so strong that you lose yourself in it. That's amazing, right? That's when it becomes magic. That's when you the bow now becomes this beautiful place,
Yes.
of being, where it just completely consumes you. And you see that beautiful arrow flight, and it just you and the bow and shooting it just is this beautiful place. Or you get lost in your own head, you start judging yourself, you start talking negatively about yourself, right? As we all do it, right?
Yeah.
And then guess what? You have a shit day, right? It's that simple. Or can you let that all go and just be so focused, so in the moment, that the joy of just that intensity takes you over? Um, and that's why another thing which I say is that, um, to find that beautiful place is to follow what you love,
Yeah.
to do what you love for its own sake. So, because again, the self-seeking mind doesn't want to do anything for its own sake. It wants to do something to become. So it's always looking to do something which will give it status in the outcome,
Yes.
right? So you go, okay, but as soon as everything's about the outcome and status, then what I love has no meaning
Yeah.
to the ego, right? So you have to be able to hear yourself. You have to be able to, even just to be present with yourself in the moment and go, what do I like? What do I like? Because it's so hard to hear yourself, to go,
Yeah.
what do I like? Because the outside world is telling you what you should be all the time. And also inside your own head, you have your own ego telling you what you should do. And even to try something new, oh no, I'll look stupid, says the ego. It's
Yes.
always protecting itself. It's always doesn't want to look stupid, doesn't want to look like it's less than.
Yeah.
So then it doesn't have the courage then just to try something, just because it's just innately, naturally drawn to it. Um, and again, so that's a doorway, just to do what you love for its own sake and allow that to be what it is.
Yeah.
Um, because it's the easiest thing in the world, um, to get lost following the values of what somebody else says is a value.
Yeah.
You know, um, there's so many things I just don't care for. Fine dining, wasted on me. Not
Yeah.
interested. So many things just completely wasted on me. Somebody else has a taste for it, loves the refineness of, I obviously love artwork, right? That's my
Yeah.
world, right? Why do I love it? I don't know. I don't even care. I just know I do, right?
Yeah.
And I've always loved it. So when I was 7 years old, primary school, Mrs. Williams' class, it was maths and English in the morning. Then we do making things in the afternoon,
Yeah.
arts and crafts. And I just fell in love with the state of mind whilst creating. And what that was, I was just getting lost in my own little world, making stuff.
Yeah.
So I spent then the rest of my life looking for that place, looking for that beautiful place of enjoy, of just being, and just you and the work.
Yeah.
All the self-talk just goes, time even disappears. There's nothing more beautiful when you turn around and go, oh, I shouldn't have been out here for 5 minutes. No, it was 2 hours.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
It was 2 hours. I've been out here building arrows for 2 hours. I promised her I'd be 10 minutes.
I
Um,
I
mm,
think if you look at life as a journey, society tends to have us conditioned just for that destination. And
Yes.
the whole length of that journey, it's we don't enjoy the journey, do we?
No.
And
No,
it's
it is
learning
exactly.
to enjoy every It's not just about the destination. It's about getting there as well and enjoying getting there. Like I
Yeah.
say, just do it for the pleasure of doing it.
Yeah. 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 And then to bring that down finer and finer, that, there's a big thing now, isn't there, about gratitude,
Yeah,
and I get it. But it for me, it boils all the way down to, like, just to be present, and you look out the window wherever you
yeah,
live, you look out the window, and you see the sky in the morning. Just, some simplest things now. You're like, wow, because you're present. Or
yeah,
you wake up in the morning and you're like in your own head, worrying about this, worrying about that. And the mind, I have a saying where you're not having a thought is having you,
yes,
right? And and then, the worst case scenario is it generates an emotion. That emotion comes up, hits another thought,
yeah,
and then next thing you know, you're in a tailspin. And
yeah,
you've gone from for some reason it's gripped you, it's had you, and it can have you then all day.
yeah,
You can be caught in one all day long, and then anybody who comes near gets a piece. It's
yeah,
like, because you're not happy. And what is that? It was just a thought. It was just certain thoughts got hold of you. You weren't happy about it, and it runs away with you. And it's letting that all go and being absolutely present with the moment, because that's the only place you can have any joy. Anything can ever live.
yeah,
And then I say, then pursuing that which you love for its own sake. That's a real doorway to presence. And in that presence lives fulfillment. And also, that's where you're at your greatest.
yeah.
It's put me in an office. It's a joke. There's a joke in my family, that dad's basically incapable of almost anything other than the two things, other than sculpting and shooting a bow. Other than that, don't ask him to do anything. It's a joke, but I am, so incapable. The truth is,
Yeah.
but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. There's others who can do what I can't do. We don't all have. What I'm saying is, we don't all have to be good at everything, and we certainly don't all have to be good at what society says either.
Yes.
You know, um, yeah. So that is the thinking behind it, and then there's many facets to that, to seeing, um, basically, where we get robbed of the joy, where
Yeah.
we get lost in things. Um, Yeah, and how that works with sports, like I say, how that works with competing, to see the joy of competing, um, and to keep the realness of that, and then hence then to move on then to the squad. Um, why I wanted to build the squad, because I wanted to share more with as many people as we can, and the
Yeah.
idea behind the squad is to be like a center of knowledge and a center of skills and knowledge, which people can come in, but also it's not just information, it's skill based, it's live. So in other
Yeah.
words, you're shooting a longbow now. You had an American flatbow.
Uh, I think it classes as a reflex deflex longbow.
Does it? Yeah, yeah, yeah. So in world archery, that would be that still comes in
Yeah, as a
under,
longbow. I
yeah,
discovered this on
long,
class
yeah,
last night.
yeah, comes in as a longbow still, yeah.
Yeah.
But and you could go, look, I'm interested in a longbow. Come along to one of the squad meetings. All of a sudden, you're surrounded by loads of other guys who are shooting longbow, and you start to learn about how they're setting their bows up, how how they're aiming, their aiming
Yeah.
systems, their distance judging. We're doing all of this, and it's all there, and it's a gateway to bring, for those who want to learn from whatever federation, whether it's our national federation or if it's Archery GB, whatever it is, doesn't matter. It's there. Anybody can come along. You come along for one of the squad days. There's great information there. It's great fun. We get to shoot head to head against each other at the end of the day, which is kind of quite good fun. Um, it's like, it's a knockout round, very
Yeah.
quickly. Great fun. And for those then who want to then go, do you know what? I'd love to shoot for the country.
Yeah.
Now all of a sudden there's a road, where first of all you've got to make it into the squad because there's a qualification score to actually be a squad member.
Yeah.
Once you've got those scores and those are in the squad, they get they're being helped, explained the latest whatever, latest techniques, latest skills. And then from there, they can then start trying to get the scores to make the team.
Yeah.
Um, and the idea is that we build on what we have, the knowledge we have, and it doesn't get lost. We've got some amazing archers in the, in the 3D squad. We've got the likes of Jed, for instance.
He's a machine, isn't he?
Yeah, he's an absolute machine. Lovely guy, quite a quiet guy. He will share any of his knowledge with you. But how do you get to, not everyone's just going to feel happy or confident just to approach him,
Yeah.
right? But in the squad, you see he's there teaching, right? So, and then you see that then that type of knowledge isn't being lost. He's handing it down,
Yeah.
right? And that was what we were seeing is there was too much good information with individuals, and maybe one or two people were approaching them, but we thought, no, let's organize this so that information is not getting lost, so we can keep building, and then we can build on that type of information, that type of learning, to take it higher and higher. And then it also builds us a really good team.
Yeah.
This year, I think now we're going to have 5 or 6, in the longbow class who are capable of getting qualifying scores.
Yeah.
So that means now we're competing for those 3 places to represent the country. That's
Yeah.
exciting. That's
That
exciting.
is exciting.
And we can continue to build on that. So yes, that's where we are. So we meet different places around the country. We have seminars, which have been, we've had some pretty good seminars. The last one we had Joel Turner on, going through target panic,
Yeah.
how he deals with that. Yeah, so we've had some great people on, and then we're building out on that, and then we actually have squad days themselves, which are, shooting clinics at the same time, just giving out information about how you could shoot for the country, how like I say, how people are setting their bows up, all of that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Why are the traditional class, why are they using certain bows? And if you don't know, you don't know.
Yeah.
Is this stuff's just got to be learned? So yeah, so that's where we are. That's the that's what we're doing at the moment. It's surprisingly, it's time consuming,
It's got to be,
yeah, and I'm not managing
logistically,
it.
it's got to be really tough to put together.
Yeah, and I'm not even managing it. I'm working alongside Steve Alman. He's managing it all, and that creates so much. He has so much correspondence to do. Being able, the two of us speak at least 5 days a week,
Yeah.
constantly organizing stuff, setting up for the next meeting, and then for the team and so on. So yeah, it does take up a lot of time, but I think it's really worth it.
Yeah.
It's exciting to see the team growing. Last year, we were able to choose members who hadn't made the team with their numbers.
Yeah.
So they hadn't quite made qualifying numbers. And for instance, Natalie, we took with us, she came home with gold. That's so cool, right? She comes home with gold for her country.
That Natalie
First,
that shoots the Border Tempest.
yes, yeah.
I met her at Nefa Shoot, her and her other half.
Nathan, yeah.
Oh, yeah, they're such lovely, lovely people.
Mm. Yeah, and she had a really up and down season, and I said to her, "Look, do you want to go?" And she was like, yeah, yeah. I want to go. I want to go. And we said, okay, it's going to be pretty hard out there.
Yeah,
But she rose to the challenge and she shot the best she's ever shot at an international event. How cool is that? So,
that is incredible.
um, yeah, so the team is doing well. We're building it out. We're getting stronger. Um, we've got the Worlds this year now,
Yeah,
end of this year. Um,
defending your title.
defending my title. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, yeah, um, yeah. So I'm already in training for it. Um, I've already got my new bow for this season. I'm shooting timber point again. Really excited about that. I've gone over to a timber point um, velocity, which is his newest bow, which is very very much a has because it's world archery. It's allowed to have a certain amount of return in the limbs,
Yeah,
so it's a very soft recurve in the limbs. So yeah, it's a very quick bow, quickest bow he's ever built. Um, I'm shooting a 66-inch bow at the moment, but I've got another one coming now, which is going to be a 68.
yeah,
Um, that gets shipped to me this Wednesday. Um,
nice.
yeah, so we'll be. I'll run the two side by side and then make my decision.
Yeah,
Um, but I think the 68 will might give me. I'll still have enough pace, but it'd give me a little bit more of a stable bow. Um, yeah,
I don't know what's popular with in the States with longbow use for the world archery stuff, but I know timber point seems to be cropping up more and more and more with European longbow archers. I'm
yeah,
presuming he's Jacko. Yeah,
yeah,
Jacko.
yeah. Yakko, yeah,
Jacko.
Yakko,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
He
It's
seems to be
spelled
at the
Jacko, but it's said in the way Yakko. Yeah,
Jacko.
yeah.
Yeah. Uh, he seems to be at the moment towards the pinnacle of longbow work regards
Mm.
building them.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, yeah. No, totally. I think yeah, timber point's huge in America.
Yeah.
I think he sells more timber points in America than he does anywhere else. With all the other areas put together.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, he makes some great bows. Look, for me, he's the best bow builder in the world at the moment of a
Yeah.
longbow. Really is. And he's a really nice guy. He's just really genuinely like really nice, really, really nice guy. And yeah, so I've been really, really enjoying the bow. So I've had now one, two, three, four. When this new one arrives, it'll be my fifth timber point.
Wow.
It might be more actually. It might be more. um,
Yeah.
yeah,
And
yeah,
Clace is waiting on a new one as well, isn't he?
yeah. So I think he's getting indoor target bow.
Yeah.
Yeah, 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 yeah. I wasn't sure if he had already got that or not.
He's just waiting on it arriving, I think.
Yeah, yeah. I saw some videos of it being shot and being built. Um, yeah, yeah. It's proper indoor target bow. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
I've
yeah.
never got visions of it being like 78 inches long.
Yeah, it's big. It's really big bow. Um, yeah. Look,
I,
place is on form at the moment, so he's.
yeah. What amazed me was towards the end of last year, he was shooting a competition, and Oliver talked him into shooting it bare bow, not longbow. And he walks in and wins it bare bow as well. I mean,
Yeah, yeah. So
that's a
good.
prodigious talent, isn't it?
Oh yeah, it's crazy numbers. It's crazy numbers. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, if that's what I say. If he keeps going as he is, Lancaster's his.
yeah.
You
Are
know.
you going out there?
No, no, not this year. Not this year.
Ah,
No, I would love to have gone along. Um, my oldest son has just come back. He's been away for a year,
yeah.
and he's back for 6 weeks. And this was part of the period when he's back. So he even said to me, "Oh, I know what, Dad. I'll come with you and I'll video it. I'll, do a whole catch all the footage." And my wife looked at me like, no, that's not happening. You're both not going away. No chance. We don't see you for him for a whole year, and then you go off to America with him. But look, there'll be other years.
Yeah,
Yeah. So yeah, I would have really, really liked to have gone this year because it's the first year on the stage. Yako's going, you know, a whole load of other Europeans going as well. It would
but
have been
being the
so cool.
gentleman that you are, you wanted to give Clace his moment of glory.
That's right. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah. Well, yeah. Yeah, I would have look, I would like to have gone. You know me,
Yeah,
I'm super competitive. I told him if I'm going, I'm coming home with that badge. That's just not
yeah.
even that's not even a negotiation. Um, but yeah, not this year. Not this year. I had a little joke with everybody on the longbow competition page on Facebook. I put up a little video telling them I'm coming over there, basically to take their souls, all the Americans, they all rose to that. Because I don't know if you've seen it, but I love, to a little bit of the old, shit talk. And
Oh,
I stood
it's
there, I,
amazing.
I stood there with the American 3D hat on. And I said to him, like, remember when we last met up last time in the Worlds? Well, you guys went home with nothing, and I went home with gold. That's why I'm wearing your hat. Well, guess what? I'm coming to your country and going to do it to you on your own doorstep. Loads of them replied. Loads of them. I got so much shit back. But no, I enjoyed that. That plays into my sense of humor and prodding. Yeah, it's good fun.
It makes it more entertaining for the crowd, though, doesn't it? When
Yeah,
if you look at weigh-ins at boxing and MMA, they've always got to have a little bit of smack talk going on to
yeah,
get the crowd invested in what's about to happen.
yeah. No, completely, completely. But this year it's Clace's. I think he keeps his head together.
Yeah.
It's his. I really believe that. Um, but it's a lot of pressure up on that stage. You
Oh,
know,
I could imagine. Yeah, I mean,
yeah,
it's got. I've never shot a competition like an AGB or a World Archery competition where you've got that many people in a line in such close proximity. I mean, that's got to
yeah,
be tough. But when you're on the stage under the spotlights with PJ, uh,
yeah.
no, it's Rob Kohlhofer that does the interview in between the ends, isn't
That's
it?
right. That's it. Yeah, yeah,
With Mr. Kohlhofer hopping round, that's really got a pile of pressure on.
yeah, yeah. No, completely. Yeah, I would love all that.
Yeah,
I'd
that's
love all that, but for another year. Look, it's not going anywhere. I think
no
I think over the next 2, 3 years, around this whole hype and so on, I think the longbow area will just keep getting bigger. Um,
longbow is a
and
new
also
bow.
look, we've got the World Championships in America the
Yeah,
end of this year. So again, that's going to build longbow again.
yeah,
Um, that would be cool. Looking forward to that. And the Americans have got some great longbow shooters. They really, really have.
yeah.
Um, it's huge. It's absolutely huge in America.
Well, I'm just starting to learn who the big names in America are regards shooters. Because, as you know, I did 10 years of exclusively shooting compound, so I knew who all the compound shooters were.
Yeah,
And now I'm starting to learn who the up and comers are and who are the Mac Daddies of longbow and the Mac Daddies of recurve, the OGs there,
yeah,
and
yeah,
starting
yeah,
to
yeah.
learn these.
So tell me, where are you then with your longbow and stuff? Where are you
I'm
now?
back with the recurve at the moment. The only reason I've picked that up again, uh, I was shooting the recurve, enjoying that, and then I got a Timber Creek cottonmouth put in my hand,
Mhm.
and that just felt joyous to shoot.
Mm.
It was much smoother than the recurve,
Yeah.
only a smidge slower, and I just really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
So I took two cottonmouths out to Montana with me,
Yeah.
but it was a ball ache. It limits your luggage. I couldn't take two suitcases. It was one suitcase and a ski tube with two bows in it.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And I thought, right, when I go back, I need a takedown bow to take with me. And I started looking at custom takedowns. I mean, you can pick up, what is it, the Mandarin Duck Devourer, which is a two-piece longbow, but it's got a very low grip, and I like a pistol grip, a much higher grip.
Yeah. Yeah.
And to get something like that, you then into custom bows, which would take me 12 months to save up for. Because
Mm.
when you look at the work in a custom bow, I mean, you can pay more for a custom single stringer than you can for a high end compound.
Right.
But they're not all produced on CNC machines. You know, it's a labour of love building a
Yeah.
trad bow, isn't it? And then, possibly, you know, another year to 2 years waiting for one for it to be built. Of course, the good bowyers have got a substantial waiting list, haven't they?
Oh yeah. 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 No,
And
they
I'm
have.
hoping to get back out to Montana in 2027. So I'm thinking, you know, by the time it's 12 months of saving, 12 to 18 months waiting list, that's going to be a complete no go. So I
Yeah.
thought, right, I'll pick up the recurve again and start shooting the recurve just to get back into it. Because those Uka limbs are a totally different feel. They're smooth, but the tension's there a lot sooner,
Yeah.
if you know what I mean. They're stiffer at the front end.
Yeah.
And I'm enjoying it, but there's always a bit of longbow. See, the trad sniper would be saying no English longbow. No, there's a little bit of reflex hybrid longbow in my heart, and I love shooting them.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
love
I,
shooting them.
I love them too. Look, I think I agree with you. I think they're such a sweet bow to shoot. Look, it's you got to find that happy medium and find what you
Yeah,
like. It's um, you know, nice recurve is a lovely bow to shoot anyway, isn't it? You know,
yeah,
it's still single string, you know, and it's
yeah,
such a competent bow as well, still.
yeah,
Do you know what I mean? It's and you the thing I like about it is that because I shot a recurve for, a long time as
yeah,
well, is that you can get really fast, competent bows that you can do almost anything with them.
yeah,
Um, but you've still got that feeling of off your fingers. Um, you know, that's the huge difference between that and the compound. The thing is with a
yeah.
compound, you lose that relationship,
You do.
you know. So for me, and what are you looking to do with it when you go back out to hunt with it?
Yeah. When I go back to the States, yeah, I'm addicted to hunting.
Did you hunt this time when you went out with a bow?
Yes. Yeah, I
All right,
did.
tell me about that. I didn't know about it.
Uh, I didn't harvest anything
No,
because with my compound, I had stuff within range. With the cottonmouth, I got a hard stop distance of 20 yards maximum.
yeah, yeah, it's fair.
Closest I had one was 27 yards. Ego saying, just aim higher, let the arrow go, let the arrow go. But then you think, no, no, no.
Yeah,
This isn't a 3D target.
no,
This is a living creature.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And what were
And
you hunting? Whitetail.
whitetail, yeah.
Oh,
I,
brilliant.
I, I got a doe tag. Of course, I thought my logic behind it was lots more does than bucks. Get more opportunities at does than bucks.
Yep.
I had a gorgeous 8 point buck walk within 18 yards of me and stop in front of me,
Did you really?
broadside on. Yeah.
Wow.
It was fun. The buzz just being that close to something like that was absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah, yeah,
It
yeah.
really was amazing.
So you were tree stand hunting.
Yeah. Yeah, we were about 20, 25 foot up in a cottonwood tree.
Yeah.
And when the wind blows, those things move. They really move.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was
And
one
did you morning
thing.
hunt or evening hunt or both?
Both.
Yeah, nice.
We'd
Yeah.
be out before sunrise. We'd be up in the tree half an hour before sunrise. Then we'd
Yeah.
hunt till about 10, half 10, and then back out again in the afternoon.
How many sits did you do?
I I got there on a Tuesday night. We started sitting on the Wednesday night, and then we did morning and evening every day except for one where it was constant 45, 50 mile an hour winds gusting up to 65, 70. There's no way you could have stood and made a good shot.
No, no, no.
For me, who's always been a fiddler and a fidgeter, and you know what it's like with these things, you're constantly picking them up every 2 minutes and whatever. To learn to sit still in a tree and just appreciate everything around you. Oh, it was like mind changing, mindset
It's
changing.
intense, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's intense. And also
And
you sit there and you feel everything and you go, and then you have moments of, well, I should be appreciating this, and all I can feel is my arse aches. Right? It's like,
yeah,
do you know what I mean? Because you are just you have
yeah,
moments of I'm just cold, right?
yeah.
And then you have moments of wow, I'm actually here doing this.
Well,
Yeah.
the freakiest moment was the first afternoon sitting. Joel's in a tree stand in the same tree as I am. And I look round and I think, what the fuck's happening here? I'm in Montana, sat in a tree stand with my bow, with Joel Turner sat behind me. And it's one of those that just, and it just completely twists your mind. You think, this really can't be happening. How
Yeah,
the
right.
hell
How
has
did
this
I end
come
up
about?
that? Yeah, yeah. How did I end
Yeah,
up here? Yeah,
yeah. I
that's
mean,
cool.
yeah, it was. It, and I keep using this phrase, a roller coaster of emotions, but it was. There was. It was just overwhelming, and Maddie warned me to be overwhelming. She said,
Mm,
"You will feel overwhelmed," and I did the entire week. I'm Dylan, that was there with us. We're driving along Bellevue towards the Rockies. And I keep saying this, I was, oh my God, look at this, look at this. And he said, he's just sat in the back, chuckling at me, taking photos of me taking photos. Because that's where he was last year. It was his first trip to Montana last year. But
right.
what,
So how did that all come about? Tell me, I don't know anything about it. So how did you end up with Trip of a Lifetime? How did that come about?
uh, I had Maddie on the podcast,
Yep.
and Joel actually listened to it because he's a good friend of Maddie's.
Hmm.
And I had this message from Joel after the podcast had launched. It literally made me drop my coffee cup saying, uh, I've never asked to be on a podcast in my life. I'm asking to be on yours. Merry Christmas. Ha ha ha. So that, like, my coffee cup's gone. It's like, before we recorded and after we recorded, he was on about uh, getting me out there to hunt. And I thought he was just saying
Being
that to be
nice.
nice to the
Yeah.
crazy
Yeah.
English guy.
Yeah.
Turns out he wasn't just saying it to be nice.
Right.
He got me out there. I
Yeah.
stayed with him and his family. And I mean, just like we've done about this when I recorded with Dylan when I got back. So we got there the Tuesday night, the Wednesday morning. Dylan and myself are sat there. Bodie walks in behind me and said, "Good morning, sir." And I'm like, Bodie Turner. And Dylan said, it's like, he's thinking, do you know who you are? You're the greatest archer in the world at the moment. You just walk in and say, good morning, sir. So down to earth, so incredibly friendly. And I learned so much. And mate, Bodie is a hell of a chef on a Traeger.
Right.
Oh, the stuff he does with meat on the Traeger, it's incredible.
Right.
He's like,
Nice.
he could teach Gordon Ramsay to cook. He really could.
Right.
He cooks
Right.
meat to perfection on that thing, and it's
Nice.
incredible. But yeah, so that's how it came about. And I'd said
Amazing.
several times beforehand, before I went, I nearly messaged and said, sorry, I can't do this. You know that about not being present?
Yeah. Yeah. Start to doubt yourself.
Oh, massively,
Yeah.
massive doubt about myself.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm this middle-aged warehouse worker that's dreamed of this, and you think this is what happens to other people.
Right.
It doesn't happen
Right.
to me.
Yeah. Yeah.
And oh, yeah, it was absolutely phenomenal. But I'm hooked on hunting now.
Yeah. Yeah.
There
No,
is
I think
something.
that's so look, I think that's so cool because again, like what we were saying earlier on, isn't it, is following what your true passion is.
Yeah,
I always had like I was hugely drawn to hunting
yeah.
as a young man, and the problem was you know there's a lot of society's judgments around it, you
Oh,
know,
very much so.
and I was you know in my younger years I was quite sensitive to that, you know, and I didn't and I felt you know but I was still just drawn to it. So, you know, I hunted for years and
Yeah,
it was my thing. Um, and it's hard for people who have not hunted or it's not their thing. And I appreciate it's not everybody's thing. I get that. But it's not what also what you think it is, in
no,
the sense the connection to nature,
yeah,
the connection to the seasons, the
yeah,
connection to the moon cycle, everything that whole connection. Um, and there is something primal. We are we're an apex predator,
yeah.
you
A
know,
lot of
and
people don't
this
realise that.
yeah, and it gets forgotten. And so I'm not saying that, like I said, it's not for everybody. I'm not saying it is, but all I know is for me, I've had some of my most deeply fulfilling, you know, what we were talking about earlier on
Yeah.
with the philosophy, deeply fulfilling and truly spiritual moments
Oh, yeah,
out in the field, and all the conceptual ideas of who you think you are.
yeah,
When it's life and death, which that's what hunting is,
yeah,
kind of drains you of that. It
yeah,
just it's like it shows it up to be not true. All those
yes,
ideas and the falsity of the conceptual idea of who you think you are
yeah,
just stands out plain as day as not real. When you're so just when you are in such a real environment,
yeah,
you know, of you know life or death, taking life.
yeah,
Um, so primal, so real. I don't know, and it's for that, and like I say, the connection, and I hunted and I'm sure you know, I hunted a lot with dogs
yeah.
over the years, and that was my thing, and I bred those dogs, and yeah, I brought them up from, you know,
Of course.
we had the litters, so they were
Yeah,
little puppies. You built a connection with them, but that dog was bred to hunt.
yeah.
He was always going to be
But that's
for
what
hunting.
dogs do.
That's right, and
Dogs
that's what they do.
hunt. You
Yeah,
know, we see
that's
them
their
now as
nature too.
pets. They are
Right,
a predator.
right, right.
Right. Try. We've been at work today. It's been almost zero, so my bladder is tiny. I need to very quickly go and make the bladder gladder. While I'm doing that, could you let folks know about what's coming up with Mr. Ockenholt on the 15th of January, please?
Yeah. We'll do.
Right, I'll be back as quickly as I can. Like I say, if you can just let folks know what's going on
Yeah.
and how they can be involved with it.
Yeah, definitely.
Thank
We'll do.
you.
We'll do. See you in a sec, mate. Okay, so what Richard was referring to is that we have Oliver Oakenhart coming on to do a seminar for us on the 15th of this month. Um, he's going to come on. He's currently the 3D barebow world champion. He's also the current Lancaster champion. So he's obviously an absolute amazing shot. And he's going to come on, give a seminar. You'll be able to ask him questions. He's just going to talk about what he does, his training, how he's got to where he is. I think he even wants to talk about family life, how he does it with a family, makes this happen. Um, but yeah, he's an interesting guy, and he's at the absolute top end, of his class, barebow. So definitely he's one worth to listen to. So we're going to have him on the seminar, which is being run by the Archery GB squad, which you'll be able to find on the squad page on Facebook. And we do have a Archery GB squad website page as well. Look at that. Just finished as Richard gets back. There we go.
And I'm back.
Yeah, yeah. Did
I've
all
been
of that.
drinking.
Told him all about it.
Excellent. I've been drinking so much more water since I came back from the States. I'm
Ah,
drinking pints and pints a day of it now and feeling way better
interesting.
for it. But
Ah,
going back to the hunting, I think my biggest moment, first time I thought we had deer looking as though they were coming in close enough to take a shot. I was curious, will I be able to do this?
mm,
I, 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 I shot rabbits and pigeons as a youngster with an air rifle, but it's a lot more remote, isn't it, than doing it with a bow. And the
yeah,
first time we had three does come in, and I'm thinking they're close enough, was the moment I realised, yes, I'm going to be able to do this. And I think that was a seminal moment for me,
right. Yeah,
where I'm willing them to come in. I've got my hip braced against the tree, got my grip, got my hook, and I'm just willing them to come in and then give me the moment to draw. As it
yeah,
was, they spooked before they got close enough, but that was a huge moment realizing, yes, I'm going to be able to do this.
yeah, yeah. No, amazing, amazing. I saw your form as well. I saw you shooting online. Got really nice form. The way the way you're shooting the bow looks really nice.
Yeah,
Um, yeah, I think you were shooting the longbow on one of
yeah.
them. What I
The,
saw,
the
I think you were in the.
cottonmouth.
That's
Yeah,
it. Yeah, I think you were in the States. I think you were shooting then a 3D whitetail, something like that.
it was Joel that filmed me. That
Right, right.
doing a
And
shooting test to make sure I was competent to hunt.
excuse me. And what weight arrow were you going to shoot?
They were 480, about 480 grain, I think. Hang on. Or were they just over? They were somewhere not a million miles from 500 grains with two blade bear paw German Jaegers.
Oh yeah,
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 got
yeah,
them
yeah.
flying really nice.
Right, right. And then what poundage is the bow?
45.
Nice. Yeah, so it's nice and controllable. And is it 45 on the fingers?
I'm drawing somewhere between, we put it on the scale before I went out and it was 44 at 28. I'm drawing 28 and a half, 29. So it's about 44 and a half, 45 on the fingers for me.
Yeah, yeah. Wow. Yeah.
But really, really nice smooth draw. And of course, using Mr. Chittenden's Dirty Gnome Dragon tab.
Nice.
he makes it.
Nice.
He makes an awesome tab and an even nicer bracer.
Yeah, yeah. So I've got I think I've had about 5 tabs from him now.
Yeah,
Yeah. Five, maybe more. And I got a brace as well from him. Yeah, he's doing some great stuff, really
he
is.
really is. I saw one the other day, did an owl, but my first sit in the tree stand, there was a small cottonwood in front of us, and there was one piece of bark on it that just fascinated me. And I took a photo of the bark. And when I got back, I messaged him. I said, I need a bracer, but you're the only man that can do this. And he said, now I'm intrigued. And I sent him a photo of this piece of bark and he carved it into the leather. Uh,
Oh, nice.
I start every shot, the final, with I'm going to shoot a perfectly controlled shot no matter what. So I had him carve no matter what into the leather. So when it's on and my arm's out,
Yeah,
that's what I see.
nice. And
Just
and
that
and
reinforcement.
how are you shooting? Are you shooting with a sear, or are you shooting open loop? How are you?
I'm shooting triggerless with a safety protocol.
Okay. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I shoot triggerless. Uh, Joel tried me with a trigger out there, but it was almost like that solid grip trigger, but it was mounted on the front, and I was
Yep.
just too heavy on the finger with it. I was setting it off way too
Yeah,
fast.
yeah,
At the moment, triggerless seems to work nicely for me.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm shooting a tab sear at the moment.
Yeah,
Went onto a tab sear
they'll be shouting at you in NFAS.
3 or 4 weeks ago. Were they?
Won't they?
Is it? I don't know. I don't know. Thing is with a tab sear, with a riser sear,
Yeah,
you know, unless it's an actual device,
yeah.
you can run a
It, it
mouse sear.
it isn't a draw check. I think a lot of
No.
people think they're draw checks, and it's not a
No,
draw
as long
check.
as it's not excuse
Bless
me,
you.
as long as it's not a actually like a
Yeah,
clicker. What I'm talking about, what I'm doing is I'm doing like literally off the side of my Yoast tab, I'm just running my
yeah.
nail off
Drop
the
the nail
side.
off.
Yeah, just before that I was running a mouse here,
Yeah,
just clicking. Place runs a mouse here.
yeah,
Um we both learned it from Alex Melnick.
yeah,
He's strong with his mouse here. I don't like it so much. It's a little vague.
yeah,
Then I all last season I ran a on and off riser sear,
yeah.
just
Oh,
on
the
the side of
grips
my
here.
riser.
Yeah,
Yeah, grips here, sorry, grips here. And then this season, chatting with Jed's really, really good with the sears. He's like, right, come on, let's get you on the tabs here.
yeah,
The problem is with me, the way my hands are built, I struggle to get my thumb onto the sear
yeah,
because I don't know why, I just don't have that flexibility to get my thumbs to come inwards.
yeah.
But managed to get it to do it. Been shooting well. I enjoy. I'm enjoying the sear, but I'm still shooting open loop as well. So I'll probably shoot. I don't know. I'll shoot 4 off of the tabs here,
Yeah.
and then 1 just open
Triggerless.
loop. Yeah, triggerless,
Yeah,
just to keep the both oiled.
yeah.
I see they both have their place.
I,
Um,
I'm contemplating trying a tabs here. I mean, there's a nice. I can't remember. Is it the face of the tab and the plate? Shooting Paul's tab, it's leather, but I'd still be able to get a thumb if I can manipulate my thumb round enough
yeah,
to just pop off
yeah,
that
yeah,
that the edge of that tab just to give me that's let it go.
yeah. And you only need the slightest of movement.
Yeah,
It's just that you just don't want any travel. You just want from nothing to something, whoop, and that's enough.
yeah.
Um, yeah. yeah, I'm. It's something else new to learn as well.
Yeah,
I've enjoyed just learning it, as meaningful as that is,
yeah.
having fun with it. Um, yeah, I think, like I say, both have their place. Um, at the end of the day, they have different skills,
Yeah.
and they're both, they're both skills which I think is good to have in the toolbox.
At some
Um,
point, I will try it. I think I'm going to make some horrendous mistakes when I first started, but like you say, just enjoy making the mistakes and learning from them.
yeah, yeah. No, no, completely,
It is,
completely.
so to speak, another string to my bow.
Yeah, no, no, totally, totally. No, it is, but it is though. It's That's why I say it's. Joel made that point when he came on doing the seminar. For the squad. He
Yeah,
said, just learn it.
yeah,
Why wouldn't you? If you're in any doubt, learn it.
yeah,
Then you can choose either one.
yes,
Don't even debate it. Just learn it, and
yeah,
then play around with whichever one you feel that really does suit you. Then you've learned them. You've got both of them in your hand. You go, do you know what? And I'm liking that. Um, Yeah, but I still like to shoot open loop too. There's something nice about gripping it and ripping it. Just whack, send it. There's something nice about that as well. Why not? Um, you know, no, it's all good. It's all good. So, what is your plan now then with the recurve? What are you looking to do next? Where are you? Got the hunting, I get that, but
yeah.
competition wise,
I'm not sure yet. I really should shoot more competitions because I think that can only improve me. But because I love shooting at my club on a Saturday with my friends, my other half, Wendy, is absolutely good as gold. She never moans about me disappearing all day Saturday to the club. I don't then want to fuck off on a Sunday to a shoot as well. So it's going to be, if I do more shoots on weekends, I'm going to do a competitive shoot. Don't go to the club on a Saturday.
yeah,
Trade one for the other. Of course, it really would feel like I was taking the piss if I disappeared all day Saturday and then buggered off on a Sunday as well. You
no,
know
I hear you.
that's not fair on Wendy.
Yeah, no, I hear you. No, I have the same thing. I have very much the same thing that I love shooting at the club with my buddies, messing
Yeah,
about. Um, and I do that to suit um, my wife and what she's doing. Like on a Saturday morning,
yeah,
she'll take the Lukey, our little boy, she'll take him off. They go to a little play group thing, which they do, and I just make sure that I'm back by the time they come back. So I'm
yeah,
at the club literally as the lights coming up. In the summer, it's no problem.
yeah,
I'll get there for like 5:30 in the morning, 6 o'clock in the morning, and then I can be back easily. But like at the moment now, I get there just as the lights coming up for
yeah,
very much the same reason. And then competition wise, unlike others, I do a few competitions really throughout the year. I just
yeah,
do the main ones. I'll get qualified early on in the year for the team. Um, NAFAS champs. I always like to do that.
yeah,
Um, Bodnik shoot. That's always a good one. Um, yeah, then maybe one or two, little club ones in between, which I can sneak off to without losing too many points.
Well, Blythe are doing a bow hunter style shoot this year. I think it's the 26th of October, but that's at the Welsh 3D course, and
Oh yeah,
that's supposed to be a proper course, isn't it? A
yeah, yeah, yeah.
really,
I've
really
never
tough
been. I've
course.
never been.
I haven't.
Yeah,
Nathan keeps saying, "Come and shoot with me," and I will go at some point, but I think I'm going to need to take about 3 dozen arrows with me. When
yeah,
even the compound boys say, "Damn, that's a really, really hard course."
yeah,
No, it's a tough course,
yeah,
but it's a
yeah, yeah.
championship course, so it's going to be tough, isn't it?
Yeah, and everybody who came back from it last year all said to me that was one. It was a full on one. I'd
Yeah,
like to do it, but again, it's just you just got to choose because it goes like normally it's been very very close with the GB championships,
Yeah.
British championships. Then it would be like, I think then normally it's Bodnik.
Yeah.
Then normally the weekend after Bodnik is the
Is
Welsh.
yeah,
Well,
because
my wife's not going to have that.
the Liberty always used to be the third weekend in July. And then they started holding the Welsh Champs the third weekend in July. So Liberty came forward to the second weekend in July. And now the Bodnik is on the second weekend in July as well.
Yeah,
So there's a
yeah,
lot of clash in there. But
yeah.
I'm seriously thinking about booking in for the Blythe Bow Hunter Challenge.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I'd like to do Bodnik, but my son's taking me to see Iron Maiden the weekend of the Bodnik, and
Right.
you know what? That's a once in a lifetime thing, and they're going to see somebody like Iron Maiden that never
Yeah,
see
yeah.
your son.
Yeah, definitely. Oh yeah,
So
yeah,
I couldn't pass up on that one. I
no,
really couldn't.
no, no,
Right,
no, definitely not.
I want to come back to the squad thing because before we started recording, I said it reminded me almost of the single string boot camp,
Yeah,
and
well that's where I got the idea from. The
yeah,
inspiration was I saw what they were doing. Um, and I thought, so that's great. We could do something along those lines to generate money.
yeah,
And I thought, but just not just once. We can do it again and again.
yeah,
And also hold all that knowledge. That's what's so good about it. And and it's not just for people who want to shoot GB. If you want to learn full stop,
yeah,
there's such a body of knowledge. Some amazing shooters in the squad. Um, yeah, it's and we're still developing it.
yeah,
We cracked into it last year, but this will be our first full year this year. Um, yeah, no, it's a good one. It's definitely worth, for those who want to learn to come along and just, get involved.
yeah,
Really is. And then like I say as well, for us for the team, the money which comes into the squad then gets used for the squad,
yeah.
or some of that money also goes towards to help pay for the team, to shoot abroad, because it's not cheap. That's the thing. We're
And
all
so
we're
it's
self.
all self-funded as well, isn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah,
And
yeah,
this is where I had to do a quick bit of educate myself on it. On one of the Archery GB Facebook pages, we see there's a lot of stuff coming up by folks that are they they perceive it. I don't know how right it is because I've never been a member of Archery GB. That there's no support for the grassroots to get really good coaching and to use facilities at Lilleshall. You have to be on on the squad, but not like the 3D and field squad. It's for target, and I wondered why it was. So I did a little bit of digging, and it seems a lot of Archery GB's funding comes from Sport England,
yeah,
and that is dependent on World Championship, but target World Championship and then Olympic results.
yeah,
So common sense says you have to put it. It's results driven funding, and if they have bad results at the Olympics or in the World Championships, they lose funding.
yeah,
So as much as they might want to put more into grassroots, they have to develop the sources that gives them funding.
yeah,
But
yeah.
in all fairness to them, they've been good as gold with you, haven't they, in allowing you to
Oh, they have, yeah,
develop this
yeah, yeah. And we
program?
we oh yeah, no, no, completely. And we're getting funding from them
Yeah,
for training days.
yeah,
Um, they gave us a certain amount of money last year. We've got a certain amount of money as again this year for training days. Um, last year we were using the high-speed cameras. Everyone was having their form checked.
yeah,
I found it really useful. I saw some real form issues, which I was doing last year. Um, so yes, we had those training days. So no, it is, look, for me, And and if we get medals, they we then if you get a gold medal, individual gold medal, or
Yeah.
I think if you get any medal individual, I could be wrong, I can't remember. Anyway, but when I've got the golds before, they pay for everything for you.
Yeah.
We've got a certain amount paid for us when the team, because in the men's we got bronze.
Yeah.
Um, so we all got a certain amount paid for us, and then we had sponsorship. So our bill came down and down and down.
Yeah.
So what it wasn't too bad this year. Um,
I mean, it's really bloody expensive to go. I mean, especially if you're having to take time out of work, because you've got to balance family holidays with with archery competitions. It's an awful lot of money, isn't it? So I think
yeah, yeah,
what you're doing in raising funding for the squad is absolutely phenomenal.
yeah. No, it's good, and yeah, it is, and it's needed. And so um, we're all doing it together as
Yeah.
well, as a team, as a squad, and that's nice. That's
Yeah.
lovely, that we're doing it all together, raising that money, because that also creates that nice comradeship,
Yes.
that you're working together. The squad feels tighter. When we went off to the Europeans this year, um, we felt like we had a stronger team
Yeah.
comradeship wise than ever. Um, it was a funny old Europeans. It really was.
Wasn't
Serbia
it
was,
just?
yeah, it was odd. It was really, really, it didn't, the weather, the whole way the thing was run, you know, I don't want to run anybody down, or any country down, but it didn't run as well as some of the others have.
Yeah.
Um, but it was nice that we had that comradeship. We were all close as a team.
Yes.
We hung out together, fun. So that's been good. That's going to build us stronger for the worlds coming up.
Yeah.
Um, and the fact that the men's team, we were all discussing who was going to go, and we needed certain individuals to go to have a team.
Yeah.
Zach in compound, we needed Zach to go. And Zach, he's like, I'm going to be there. Like,
He's a hell
brilliant.
of a shooter, isn't he?
Yeah. And like, look, and in the team event, Zach was absolutely solid. He
Yeah.
held his ground. He shot well, he shot brilliantly, he
Yeah.
shot as well as anybody else there. In the compounds. And it was good. And we came away with bronze. It's not easy. We beat France straight away.
Yeah.
France has
As
some
an
serious
Englishman, that
shoes.
is your bound and duty, sir.
I know, right? Yeah. Well, I was so pleased that we faced France straight away. And it was so close. We got beat by Denmark, but it was close.
Yeah.
It was a really good competition.
Yes.
There was 2 points, I think, in it.
Wow.
It was so close.
Yeah.
It was neck and neck all the way through. So that was nice. They ended up taking gold, which is brilliant. Yeah, so it was, but weather-wise, the whole thing went. It was the hotel. Oh, I could tell you some stories about it. It was crazy. We ran a dog over on the way to the
Oh
to the
God.
hotel. Oh my God. And it was a big Labrador looking thing as well.
Oh
Oh,
damn.
dreadful. Absolutely dreadful. Honestly, you're like, but they got dogs all over the streets.
Yeah.
The dogs are just roaming around the streets. Um, oh no, then we got to the hotel, and the hotel was just like, it seemed better days. Our sink was smashed, the showers were all broke, the furniture was all broke. Yeah, it wasn't good. Wasn't good.
God, I'm now thinking
Um,
of that hotel I went to in the In-Betweeners movie where they pull up.
it was a bit like that, yeah. It was. It was.
Where you find if you shit in your bed.
yeah, yeah, exactly. Um, yeah. And like I say, and then the weather, we had 2 days where just nothing happened at all.
Yeah.
Just closed the whole thing down. We had a lot of snow. We had a
Yeah.
lot of snow.
The 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 videos people posted personally, it looked wild.
Yeah, yeah. We ran Facebook Live off of my phone, I think, for a good
Yeah.
chunk of it. Um, yeah. So,
'Cause I've
but look,
seen no videos from it on YouTube from World Archery.
they
There
did
seems
they
to be
did turn
nothing.
up. They did turn up and film the absolute uh medal matches.
Yeah.
They did, but that was all they videoed. And I guess they pushed that through pay to play.
Yeah. Which
Which
is
I
a
think is a
shame
mistake. Yeah, it's a
because,
mistake. It's a mistake because
yeah.
honestly, where did I really hear about World Archery? YouTube.
Yeah.
The World Championships. YouTube. I watched all those old videos on YouTube and going, oh, really? Wow, there's a world champion in longbow. All right,
Yeah.
let's have a look then. It was like, oh, wait a minute, is there another one? Is there another YouTube? And I followed them all the way back,
Yeah.
to see who's who, learn it all. Um,
Well, YouTube's where I discovered bow hunting and 3D archery.
yeah, 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 exactly. It's silly to put that behind a pay system. That really is a mistake, I think, on their behalf. Um, yeah,
But
funny, like the watching stuff on YouTube. I remember years ago watching Lancaster,
yeah.
and then all of a sudden, like people going, "You come into Lancaster in," that for me is still surreal.
Yeah.
Like so many people calling me out, like going, "Oh, what why are you not going? You don't have the nuts for it," type of thing. And I'm like, "What are you joking? Are you?" I said, "If I could be there, I'd be there." But like to be called out still, you know, off by Matt off of the push and so on, going,
Yeah.
I'm calling out Ian Edwards to come here, if he thinks he's got it, type of thing.
Yeah.
And as it, it's still quite surreal for me to be, to have that, to be called out in that way. Um,
And this is what
but
your
I will
fifth
go.
year
I will
shooting
go one year.
longbow. It's only your
Uh,
fifth year shooting longbow, isn't it?
mm, mm, yeah, yeah, yeah. No, I had not been shooting that long at all. And so for the longbow, I got the longbow the before. So last year, so the first I got it on November of the year before the first Europeans, which was, so where are we now? Last year, so I got it at the end of 2022, that November,
Yeah.
and then I competed for the Europeans. Would have been then in the 2023. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So it was a flying start. Um,
Yeah. So is it Finn, your son, that put that video up when
yeah,
you
that's
won the
right. Yeah,
worlds?
yeah, yeah. That's a cool video, isn't it?
Oh,
That's a cool
mate, it
video.
is.
Yeah.
And I still think you two look more like brothers and father and son.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Really do.
yeah. No, that was a cool video. That was from Finn. Yeah, he did that while he was in Sri Lanka.
Wow.
He was watching it with his buddy, and then he created the video afterwards. Yeah, super sweet. Um, yeah. No, it was a cool time. Really, really enjoyed it. The whole. I enjoy the training.
Yeah.
You know the. I like shooting the bow every day if I can.
Yeah.
It's like today, I had a lot of run around jobs to do. I had to go and do stuff, see people, sort stuff out. And I got back to the house at, I don't know, just before 4 o'clock.
Yeah.
I just went in the house, grabbed the bow. Everyone was in the house, like all the boys are there at the moment because they'd come over from their trips and so on.
Yeah.
So I'll be back in literally, I've only got 15 minutes of light left. I'll be back in 15 minutes, nipped outside, just had to put some arrows through the bow. Um, quickly nip outside, feel it. Um, yeah, and like I said, I use shooting the bow as a presence building
Yeah.
exercise. I call it monk mode.
Yeah.
I love to shoot them. If you go to a competition and you're unfortunate enough to be there when I'm there, all you'll probably be able to hear is me, right? Because I'm like, "Ah, rah, 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 rah." That's all I do, right?
I
It's like,
like that though.
yeah, but I'm so loud and I'm just so full of it and I'm just talking so much nonsense. But it's just because I'm like a kid who's so excited.
Yeah.
And that's literally what it is. I'm like a kid who's so excited to be allowed out.
Come on, you
It's
got a
like,
bow and arrows
and
and
I
a
got
big wooden
yeah,
3D
right.
target.
And I got
What's
them
not to freaking love?
exactly. And I got my mates around me, and I can just absolutely love riffing the shit out of everybody. That's just
Yeah,
so funny to me. But the truth is, I shoot the bow 95% of the time on my own
yeah,
in monk mode, just silently out there. No one else is there. Just me and the bow. 95% of my relationship with that bow is just me and the bow.
yeah,
And and no one will ever know like what I've done, what I haven't done. I don't take hardly start doing some on Instagram showing me like shooting a little bit.
yeah,
But I'm never like, I don't like putting stuff up on, I'm not putting stuff on Facebook showing going, oh, look, I've shot this tight group. No one knows what groups I shoot at home
yeah,
and how often I shoot. But I literally shoot every single day. And it's like a little treat, which I hold till like the afternoony sort of time.
yeah,
And I go, okay, nip outside. Because once I've had it, I've had the treat. Do you know what I mean?
yeah,
I can't shoot again. So like I like to hold it off. I'd never shoot in the morning when I'm at home on my own because I've had it then.
yeah.
It's like I'm saving.
You do
That's how
your
much.
work and your reward is you get to play with
Yeah,
the bow.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. And I'm thinking about it all day long. Um, yeah.
I
And
noticed
just
that about Joel when I was in the States with him. Every day he shoots sometimes one of his bows, sometimes several of his bows. I mean, he's an incredibly busy guy. He's always doing something, always working on one thing or another. But then he'll take a few minutes out just for the pleasure of shooting his bows.
yeah, yeah, yeah. It's lovely, isn't it?
Yeah,
And it's like today, just found like a new spot where I just feel like I'm sat behind the back of the arrow a little bit more.
yeah,
I'm just sat behind it, just holding. It's holding really nice. I'm, I'm seeing the arrow flight, and the light's just going.
yeah,
I'm like, just a couple more. I think I can still see the boss. I
yeah,
can just see it. And I
yeah,
just shoot it here in front of the studio. Um, which is on like a bit of gravel
yeah,
with just a boss at the end of the gravel. And I just shoot the car park, where I
yeah.
put the cars, the bit out the front there. I've got some other areas where I can shoot, in the woods and so on, but I don't. I just want to have that feel, and that's where I know I can quickly shoot and get the most amount of arrows in before, I'm got to be doing
Oh,
something else.
Wednesday night when I used to go into Paget in the summer, I'd be like, just one more end, another
Yeah.
3 arrows, and oh, I think I can do better than that. And always trying to feel that perfect shot.
Yeah.
And before you know it, one more end, it's barely light enough to
That's it.
see
That's it.
see the boss. It's 10 o'clock at night,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
you've been stood. I could have been stood there for 3 hours just
Yeah.
on a boss, just
Yeah.
for the joy of trying to feel that perfect shot.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
No,
each
exactly.
time thinking, oh, I could do better, just one more end.
Yeah, that's
And you
right.
get to a
That's
point
right.
where you're so tired, your consistency is breaking down, and you get frustrated, and you think, I've got to do one more good end to finish, and put everything into that end to finish on a high.
Yeah. No, absolutely. This Saturday, I don't know if you can hear, I got a stinking head cold.
Yeah,
It's this Saturday, Friday night, cough, cough, cough up all night, keeping myself awake. Doesn't make it any difference. It's Saturday morning. I know I can go to the club. As soon
yeah.
as that alarm goes, I go down there early, make my coffee, and then like the wife's checking in. You okay? I had you cough all night. You sure you're okay? I'm like, yeah, no, I'm fine. I think I'm right now. I feel awful. Don't make any difference. I'm jumping in that van. It was absolutely freezing down at the club. Um, I shot, I shot okay. I didn't
Yeah,
shoot great. I didn't shoot badly. And then I was shooting with my buddy, who I shoot with all the time at the moment, who shoots longbow as well. He shoots a Java man and nice bows, Java man's. And he's training and he wants to get in the team. So he's training heavily like I am. And we're there and we're going around and he also shoots a tab seer and we're working hard and we're going around. He's got to go home early.
yeah,
I'm just stay and shoot. But then once he's left, the tempo, then I start like shooting 4 arrows at every target.
Yeah.
And then in the end, then I'm finished. And then I think it's about 1:30 now. I've been up since 6-ish.
Yeah.
I've not eaten, got this stinking cold, and I'm almost hobbling back to the car, right? I'm done. I'm like done. I've shot to the point where, I'm gone. I'm
Yeah.
absolutely gone. I destroyed 3 or 4 wooden arrows just through being exhausted and just putting in some
Yeah.
bad shots, like hit them off of something or just caught the side of a tree or whatever. Got in the car, sat in that car, and like as you sit back into the seat, your back is exhausted.
Yeah.
And you just sitting there driving around like, oh no, I've overdone it. I've properly overdone it. And I get back, and my wife's expecting we want to get, as soon as I arrive back, we're going to go out, right? And I got back and she says to me, do you mind if we don't go out? And I'm like, oh, thank God.
You really are an
Yeah.
angel.
Yeah. I'm like, thank you. But it's funny, but it's just that sheer excitement
Yeah.
to want to shoot that much. Like you're
Yeah.
saying, you shoot. Um, yeah. And if she ever says, oh, I've got a friend coming over, we're going to do this, do you fancy doing anything? Is there anything you want to do? I'm like, yeah, don't worry about me, sorted. I'm
Yeah.
at that club. Just
Yeah.
shoot again. Why not? And I just think it's deeply enriching to be in the woods,
Oh, it is.
anyway, just full stop, be in the woods.
I read a while ago the Japanese had spent hundreds of thousands of dollars. Well, they did it in dollars. Of course, it'd be billions of yen, wouldn't it? On a study to confirm that what they call woodland bathing is good for you,
Yeah,
and what they call woodland bathing is just sitting down and immersing yourself in nature in the woods.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
I'd have told them that, never mind several $100,000. I'd have said, yep, it's really good for you. Pay
yeah,
me to go sit in the woods and I'll tell you how bloody awesome it is.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, no, totally, exactly. You go in the woods, it's such a nice thing. You're with a buddy as well. You're working on your craft,
Yeah,
and you are working.
yeah,
It matters, you know. Uh, and I think it should matter as well,
yeah,
in the sense that it matters to you, not to somebody else. Not it matters because it matters. Do you know what I
yeah.
mean? And you're there, and you're working on your form, and you're trying to get that arrow to break right, or whatever you want it to do, or to come off, and judging the distances. All of that, you're doing that with your buddies. Um, yeah, deeply fulfilling. I just really, really enjoy it. Um, yeah,
I, I
and
used
I think it's healthy. Like I think it's healthy too.
I used to take so many photos and videos in the woods shooting. I take far fewer now. I might take two or three in the whole of Saturday because I like to disconnect from the technology when I'm in the woods.
Mm, yeah, yeah. Me too. Me
It,
too.
it is
I, I
nice.
I I want to do more for the sake of just having something to put up for social media, but then
Yeah.
I get there and I get lost and forget it.
But then I
Um,
think I don't want to be recording everything.
no.
I want to be in the moment. Same as when I was out in the States. I took a fair few photos and videos, but nowhere near as many as I thought I would take because I
Mm,
wanted to immerse myself and enjoy it. I
yeah,
wanted to be in the moment, not in the moment through a phone screen.
yeah. No, I agree. I agree. I just literally, when I go to the club, I might get the phone out. Literally, what will happen is we'll go, am I creeping? Is that a
Yeah,
creep? Or am I coming around on the back enough there? Is that form clean enough?
yeah,
Just video it, would you? How far was that arrow coming? Am I short drawing now? Right, in my mind,
yeah.
and we're just checking, and we're videoing for bits and pieces like that. Normally, that's the main reason why we'd video.
You're using it as a
Um,
training tool.
yeah, yeah, to capture stuff. And then afterwards, I'm like, oh, brilliant, we've got something. I'll put that up. But
Yeah.
9 times out of 10, it was to check that I'm drawing to the same distance or something along those lines. Um, yeah, but I think on that point, with the technology, it's the issue I see with it as well is that it becomes a habit.
Yeah.
Pick it up, and it becomes a little bit of a comparison tool.
Yeah.
You're looking and maybe judging yourself or others with it. One, but also it's meaningless.
Yeah.
It doesn't have any 90% of it doesn't have that depth. So it just takes you out of the moment,
Yeah.
takes you out of where you are now. And some things are a little tedious on the surface, but if you keep going a little bit more with them, like certain things are a little bit boring.
Yeah.
But if you just keep going and keep concentrating on it, even the boring has enough draw in it
Yeah.
to be something of worth.
Yeah.
You know, but that the temptation to pick their phone up robs you of that.
Yeah.
Um, so I make a bit of a conscious effort now to just put it away, and especially if I'm with the family,
Yeah.
I try and make a conscious effort. I actually put it away because
Yes.
the easiest thing in the world, if it's at arm's reach, to go because
Yeah.
you've just got a load of messages come in. Um, yeah, no, I think there's something good about being bored, being
Mm.
having a certain amount of
It's almost
space.
like the resilience to be calm and quiet.
Yeah, and enough space that something can float to the surface. You
Yeah.
haven't just filled the gap up again.
Yeah.
Um, and I feel that's what it does. It keeps filling the space. It's very hard to hear yourself
Yeah.
with that space constantly being filled. And
Yeah.
it's not, and half the time on there, it's nonsense entertainment, or it's somebody telling you what you need or should be doing,
Yeah.
right? And so it's like they're filling your head with this is what you need, this is what you should be doing, this is what is correct, this is
But
what you're
hang on.
missing.
They don't know me. How do they know what I need?
Yeah,
What will
yeah,
satisfy me?
yeah,
It's just one big marketing con.
yeah, exactly. And everyone's marketing to you.
Yeah.
And to hear myself, I need to have enough space, which means I might need to be a bit bored at times to just be in that nothingness, to hear the glimmer. There's the small glimmer of um, what it is I like, or even have the space to just go, do you know what? I'm going to develop this idea. I love going down rabbit holes with ideas,
Yeah.
and at the moment I'm on Mark 5 tab, sear tab.
Yeah.
I'm making tabs up at the moment to run my nail off of and what makes the perfect shape and how does my thumb connect perfectly with it. Like yesterday, I was like a man possessed in the kitchen right up until I went to bed, filing and shaping and
Yeah.
um, it's
Well, have
yeah.
you seen that new video that the Pushers put out about SEER systems? It's Zernsak and Joel
Yeah, I was
going
chatting to
through.
both of them like before they put it out,
Yeah.
um, backwards and forwards, and Matt said, like, I've just filmed it. I'm like, well, send it to me then. And he's like, yeah, no, you have to wait for everybody else. No, no, it's very good. It's very good.
I think I've
Yeah, I
watched
think,
it 3 times already.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, and I
YouTube's
have a
going to
super
think I'm a
interest in
bot.
it. Huh?
YouTube's going to think I'm a bot
Yeah,
generating
yeah,
views.
yeah, yeah. I'm super interested at the moment because it's, it's my thing at the moment, running the
Yeah.
tabs here. So I'm looking for the perfect tab, what allows you to your, what I would like is to have a tab which I put my nail on it,
Yeah.
my thumbnail on it, and then I relax my hand rather than draw the
Oh,
thumb. So as my hand relaxes, the tab comes away from my thumb, and
yeah.
that's what fires it. So, because for me, the best hand position is a slightly, to have it as open as I can.
Yeah.
So there's less, um, hook on it too much.
Yeah.
And as I open the hand up, that draws it away from the thumb. That's what I've been playing around with. Um,
See, I like quite
yeah,
a deep hook. I'll hook along, hang on, there. Because I found
yeah,
with that English cordovan tab, if I try and hook there, it's so beautifully slick that sometimes the string just slips off it before I'm ready.
yeah, 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 yeah,
Before I've
yeah,
got that transfer to holding,
yeah,
I'll start
yeah,
to transfer and it's away and gone. So I
yeah. Me
think,
too. I have a fairly deep hook as well. And then when I look at it afterwards, it doesn't look as deep as it feels.
yeah,
Um, yeah, I used to shoot my thumb up here like this,
yeah,
and I struggled then. I used to have feel at times that my hook would let me down. But
yeah,
now where I'm hooking and I've dropped my thumb in, just because of the twist here,
yeah,
it's just ended up a much stronger hook.
yeah,
Um, Last year, running into the Europeans, I was basically shooting off of two fingers, top two,
yeah.
and the bottom one wasn't doing anything. This
Just
season,
resting.
yeah, and this season now I'm shooting with all three again.
Yeah,
Um, I don't know. It just depends on how the bow sits with you and how it is, you know, in your
yeah.
hand, like you say, the tab as well. Um,
Well, I
yeah,
haven't started experimenting with different finger pressures yet. At the moment, I'm trying to keep it fairly even across all three. But talking to Maddie, she said the amount of pressure on each finger can make a big difference. But I feel as though I'm just getting consistent in my hook and my release. I want to make sure I am purely really consistent before I start messing around with finger pressure. Otherwise, I'm just going to end up chasing my tail.
yeah, no, absolutely. No, the yeah, finger pressure makes a lot of difference. Also makes a lot of difference on where the arrow impacts. If you run a lot of pressure on the top finger,
Yeah,
you'll get a longer shot than if you run a lot of pressure on the bottom finger.
yeah.
That will shorten your shot. Um, yeah, but the
I
main
keep
thing is,
saying this, but I thought single string was going to be a lot less complicated than compound. It's not, is it? There's so many more inputs you have, and say a compound's a machine. You can tune that, and you're doing as little as possible. It's harder to have less input on a single stringer, isn't it? It's a lot more complicated than it looks.
oh
Just
yeah,
a stick and string is anything but just a stick and string.
yeah, yeah. Um, yeah, to be consistent, um, to not put too much input
Yeah,
into the string. Um, that front arm, not dropping it, you know,
yeah,
or shot anticipation, all of that. It's huge, absolutely huge.
yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
no, so
I said to Claes last night, anchor points. I The way I do it at the moment, I've only started doing it recently, is different to the way you taught. Instead of draw up to your anchor point, keep your head fixed. What seems to be working for me at the moment is draw until I feel that nice skeletal alignment where you're bone on bone and the tension's off the muscles, and then just drop my head down to where it needs to be. which is the opposite of what you taught as a beginner, isn't it?
Mm, mm. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's look, I think the thing is as well, there's many different ways to shoot,
Yeah,
you know. I get it, ideally bring it to here, have your look, sight up to it. I get it.
yeah,
I get it. But um, yeah, there's many, many different ways to shoot the bow. I used to linear draw, literally pull off my bicep,
yeah,
hook like this, and then come round.
yeah.
It was always two actions. Literally a bicep pull, pull to here, get it on my face where I wanted it because it
Yeah,
was such a weird high up anchor. Then, and I used to call it
transfer.
lock and load. It'd be
Yeah.
lock, load. Totally not correct, apparently. But um, and now I'm doing a thing with a new bow over the last 2, 3 weeks. I'm like just getting the two lined up and I'm hanging off the back of the bow type of thing. It's like
Yeah.
I actually lean backwards,
Oh
like
wow.
I'm hanging, like just slightly leaning back like this into the
Yeah.
bow. Loving it, working really nice.
Yeah.
You know, um, is it correct? Probably not, but am I enjoying it? Am I getting great results from it? It just allows me to hold the whole thing as well,
Yeah.
um, with a lot more strength. Um, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Look, it's
So carry on.
no. I'm just going to say all I'm saying is it's what you can get to work,
Yeah.
what works for you, and um, what you're enjoying.
Yeah.
You know,
It
um,
seems to work for me now with a slightly wider elbow, draw with the back, anchor, aim. Then the transfer to hold is just the last little tweak of that scapula down, but it's another step between the aim and the release.
mm,
Takes me out of
yeah,
the aim room and walks me towards the here I go, the safety off, here I go. And then that start that little conversation as build, keep that pressure building, keep it going, keep it going. And then the shot goes.
yeah, yeah. So you're talking to yourself through the
Yeah,
shot.
yeah,
Yeah. I think that's a great thing to do. Um, like you say, it breaks you away from the aiming. Just the talk in itself as well keeps you to a
yeah,
degree still away from the aiming.
yeah.
Um,
I used to use one word for the execution, but now it's developed into a conversation.
mhm,
And occasionally, when I'm with one of my friends around the woods, I'll actually do 2 or 3 targets. If I feel I'm not present in the shot and I'm coming out of them, of course, I'm not loud enough in my head, I'll actually speak out loud
yeah,
and do the commentary shot, and it kind of brings me back in again.
yeah. I think that's brilliant practice. Absolutely brilliant practice. It's so easy to get completely lost in the shot,
Yeah,
especially like or in a small competition. You've gone along, and next thing you know, you're lost in your own shot.
yeah,
And you're shooting quicker and quicker. Yeah, yeah. No, to take control of it again and to speak your way through it is absolutely vital. Um, yeah. And the other thing for me as well is I speak my way through the shot, and I'm also feeling my way through the shot.
yeah,
So I'm feeling it and going, does that feel right? Is
yeah,
that it? Okay. So it's commentary about how I'm feeling
yes,
in the, oh yeah, feels really good. Right. Okay. You're okay, are you? Yeah, you're okay. It's almost like it's something which Joel spoke about, where you're talking to somebody you're coaching.
yeah. Explaining to
I'm
them what you're doing.
Yeah, and it's like because I say it like this, is like the body I'm treating almost like it's a dog, let's say, yeah.
Yeah,
And the body is being trained.
yes,
And so the dog needs to be trained.
yeah,
And the best way you'll get anything out of the dog is if you encourage the dog and show it what you want it to do. Because the dog
Yes.
wants to do the right thing for you,
Yeah.
right? I know it sounds strange, but that's how I'm doing it. I'm talking to the dog. I'm showing the dog. And then when I go into high level pressure situations, hand it over to the dog
Yeah.
because the dog has incredible senses, better than I've got.
Yeah.
But I stand there and I watch, meaning I'm there checking that the dog's doing what the dog knows it needs to do. Does
Yeah.
that make any sense? Sounds like a strange way of putting it, but it's basically that I know that the body knows how to shoot that fucking bow.
Yeah.
The body knows how to shoot the bow. It's been trained.
Yes.
Its judgment of how far to pull, where to release. In the gold medal match for the World Championships,
Yeah.
I can't shoot that well. Take me out of that position and put those targets out in my garden with no pressure on me.
Yeah.
I can't shoot that. You can't. I've never shot those numbers in my life. I've never shot such high numbers, but it's because that degree of pressure generated a huge amount of presence. And then under that level of presence, the the body was able to shoot those shots.
Yeah.
And I
I
was there, witness to it.
I said this to Oliver before I recorded with Oliver. He seems to excel in incredibly high stress situations.
Yeah,
He said
yeah,
qualifying was really tough. He shot much better in the head to heads. And I said, it seems like the higher the pressure is, the better you respond to it.
yeah, 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 yeah. Same thing for me. In the worlds, I came off the field, qualified in second place. As soon as I went into the qualifiers, the first of the eliminations, as soon as I went
Yeah.
into eliminations, I shot the highest score in eliminations. And then
That's
once,
phenomenal.
yeah, and then once we go through then into the gold medal matches, my numbers just went up and up and up.
Yeah.
And it's the same sort of thing. And it's because under that pressure, it drives, for me, that pressure drives intensity, which drives presence.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. Uh, and it's under those levels of pressure that the body shoots the bow,
Yeah.
you know? 'Cause the thing is with a wooden arrow and at those sort of distances, it's all a bit of a guess.
Yeah.
Where, how far have you pulled back the bow? Yeah. So where do you reckon you should put the arrow then? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Well, what would you say if it was like a laser coming off the front of your arrow on the target? Where would it be? Where should it be? Where do you reckon is going to give you the perfect shot? I don't actually know.
See,
But
this
when
is
you pull up and you go, yeah, it's about there. That feels about right. That's literally what's happening,
it is
right?
so different from compound where you've got those draw stops that tell you you've come to the same draw. You put the pin on there, and if you've judged the distance right, that arrow's going behind the pin.
Yeah, yeah,
But
completely.
the single stringer, it's all in you, isn't it?
Yeah, and how far you pull it back? Have you pulled it back exactly the same?
Yeah.
Do those wooden arrows even weigh the same? I can tell you mine don't. Um, so it's a feel game. You're
Yeah.
feeling it. The body's feeling it. Um, and for me, still pound for pound in the field, shooting 3D rounds, it's Robin, who's the top longbow shooter for us at the moment.
Yeah.
He wins. This year he didn't come off the field in first place. Place did. But
Yeah.
I still have my money on Robin generally because he's won it so many times. And he shoots instinctively. He's an instinctive longbow shooter.
I don't have the hand-eye coordination for that. I have to gap.
Mm, yeah. And I just think he's shot so many shots, you know. Um,
Yeah.
one time we were at Border and I was trying to learn split finger. It was early last season when I was shooting split finger at the
Yeah.
beginning of the season, and everything felt a bit cack-handed. And I was there, and it was a little otter. It was down a ditch. I shot over the top of it, and I was shooting with Robin. We were going around. He was shooting traditional class that day,
Yeah.
and Robin's English is okay. You know, he's not great in English, but he's can understand better than he can speak. And he just looks at me and
Yeah.
goes, "Ian, give me a bow." Bearing in mind, Robin's right-handed and I'm left-handed,
Yeah.
right? He takes my bow, he puts my, one of my arrows in, and he picks it up left-handed, and he nails this
Oh,
otter,
damn.
right? And he looks at me and goes, "It's easy." It's like
Yeah.
something like this, right? His French accent. I look at him, "Robin,
This is
you
how
ever
you
do
do
that
it.
again, I'll wrap this bow around your head." All right? But we had a laugh about it, and he went, "No, no." He said, "I injured my right shoulder, and for one season I shot
Have to shoot
left-handed."
left-handed.
And I said, "Oh, that's so cool." But he's just one of those guys. He'll pick up a bow, and within a few shots, he's got it working. And he cants the bow. He shoots instinctively. He's just a great shot, and you compete with him, and he's just there. And
Yeah.
because he's shooting instinctively, hardly ever misses.
One of those sickeningly talented people.
Yeah, hugely
Yeah.
talented, hugely talented. And I like his talent because it's instinctive. And I like that we've still got top level shooters who aren't, working the whole thing out
Yeah.
cognitively, they're not just gapping. And he's one of those guys.
They're just feeling the shot. They just know where it's got to go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. And he groups those wooden arrows. Look, comes, he's world class.
Yeah.
Like I say, for me at the moment, he's the guy to beat. Um, he just struggles when it comes to the eliminations.
Yeah.
That gets in his head. That does every time. Um, but yeah, he's a
I,
great shot. He shoots timber point as well.
I said to Claes last night when we were recording, you seen the keychain challenge that Insac's doing? I said to Claes, you got to call him out at Lancaster. You shoot longbow. I need a bloody good shooter, Insac, isn't he? I said, honestly, him with his bear bow, you with your longbow, and walk away with that keychain.
Yeah, that would be so cool. That would be so cool, wouldn't it? Yeah,
Yeah,
and he's capable of it. But
you've just
Zernzak though,
been
Zernzak,
placed.
yeah, but Zernzak's shooting's gone up and up
Oh yeah, it's
recently.
phenomenal.
Yeah, yeah, just recently over the last season, I think he's made some great grounds.
Yeah,
Be interesting to see how he gets on at Lancaster. Um,
but like all you really good shooters, he makes it look so easy.
yeah, yeah,
But that's why you're experts, isn't it? You guys at your level,
yeah. For
an
me,
expert in anything makes it look easy.
yeah, I, for me, I just slowly but surely work my way, through it type of thing. At the moment, I'm not shooting great numbers,
Yeah,
um, but I'll just continue to work, refine, 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 and buy the worlds. Yeah,
it's like anything else, isn't it? You see people, you want to peak just at the right moment.
yeah, yeah.
You
No,
don't, you don't
me
want
and
to
Jed
peak too
spoke about
soon.
that. Yeah, yeah. Me and Jed spoke about that. You don't want to peak too early. You really
No,
don't. You do want to build and be building to
yeah,
it. Um, because you want also that interest to be there, that drive,
yeah.
that lift, whole thing. Yeah, that is a true point. Um, but yeah, it's a long season ahead of us though. Um,
I'm looking forward to seeing what it brings.
yeah, me too. Me
Looking forward
too.
to seeing what it brings. I keep saying at some point this year, I want to have a go with wooden arrows.
Oh yeah, definitely got
They,
it.
they fascinate me.
Yeah.
But I like a little heavier point weight than most wooden arrow shooters shoot. A lot of 70, 80 grains, isn't it? I've just got a thing about
I think
100,
I think the average.
grains.
What would you want at the front?
100, grains.
Yeah, that's not that unusual. That's not that unusual. In Yakko shoots, who owns Timber Point,
Yeah,
he shoots 125
yeah,
up front. Um Christoph, who's EFA champion. Um Christoph shoots EFA and World. Really, really good shot. He's shooting 100 up front.
yeah.
A lot of them do shoot between 100 to 125 up front. Um, I don't tend to. I tend to shoot light, but I've been shooting 100 up front just recently.
Yeah.
And I've just switched back this weekend back to 80, just
I,
because I'm struggling with spine, getting the right spine on the arrows.
I think it's having come from compound where you shoot the GPI of the shaft is a lot lighter. I like that extra little bit of weight up front to pull it through.
Yeah, yeah. A lot of people do. A lot of people do. Look, I don't think it's wrong. I think it gives you a more stable arrow. You know, FOC, that would put you, depending on the rest of the arrow, but it would put you 12, maybe 15%
Yeah,
FOC. It's nice. Nice for 3D,
yeah,
especially for world archery, short distances.
yeah,
Um, yeah, the thing is with NAFAS, you can turn up and you can have a 50-meter shot.
yeah.
At the last, did you shoot the NAFAS champs last year?
No, I've never shot an fast champs.
Hmm.
When I came back from the States, I went and shot the turkey shoot at Liberty. I was shooting with Maddie and John Hillsden, and I was just field points on my hunting arrows, shooting 250 grain up front. I mean, they fly like absolute darts. But an arrow normally up and comes down slightly steeper than it flies.
Yeah,
But this with 250 grain up front, I think my FOC was somewhere between like 23 and 26%.
yeah,
And we've
yeah.
got enormous at 52 yards. And I let go such a lovely shot. And John's, you're gonna 24 it. And this thing gets within a few yards and just it's like watching some of a cartoon, just stops, nose down, and away it goes. It's like a lemming off a damn cliff.
Yeah, 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 yeah. They die out there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Um,
And I think point
yeah,
on with those, without using the fixed crawl, point on's about 30, 32 yards. But
nice
I've
hunting
got
way though.
no idea how ridiculously high I've got to aim for enormous.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, no, absolutely. That's what we had last year at the champs. We had some of them out there are like 50, 60 yards.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, so like for those sort of distances, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Um,
I'd be
yeah,
like cloud shooting with that much weight up front.
yeah.
No high drawing. I'm not high drawing. It's just where I've got to aim to get the
Hey,
arrow to go
yeah,
that
right.
far.
Yeah. No, no, it's you got to get that balance, that happy medium. At the
Yeah.
moment, I'm shooting the heaviest arrow I've ever shot, and I'm around 480
Yeah.
grains. Um, I've shot 380, which was a really, really light wooden arrow. But just with this bow at the moment, such a fast bow. Um, with the 480, I'm still around 180 feet per
Wow.
second, which is yeah, so still quick. A 400 grain arrow, it was shooting 195 feet per second.
Damn.
Yeah, yeah. So it's
That's
really, really,
wicked
yeah.
fast.
Yeah, it is quick. It's a quick bow. So I'm happy to shoot a heavier arrow to slow it down,
Yeah.
and use the benefit of that.
Yeah.
The stability of that. That heavier arrow. Um, but no, I think you should give wooden arrows a go. It's
I've,
fun.
I've, I've got to at some point this year.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've got to. The thing I've noticed since shooting single string, I don't give a toss about speed. I have no
No.
idea how fast my bows shoot. When I was shooting compound, I wanted to be as close to 300 feet per second as possible.
Yeah.
I wanted to be sat there.
Yeah.
With the single string, it's suddenly become an
Have you
irrelevant.
chronographed any of your arrows? Do you know what you're shooting at speed wise?
I think when I got the recurve, I think I went through, but that was a 340 spine arrow with 275 grain up front. I think I went through. It went between 178 and 182, but they were over 500 grains.
Yeah. Yeah.
They were a proper heavyweight arrow.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah. I think.
compared to what I've been shooting out of a compound, anyway.
Yeah. No. 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 It's grains per pound. It's pretty heavy, isn't it? I
Yeah,
think. But again, it all comes down to what distances you're shooting,
yeah,
what you want to do with that arrow.
yeah.
Um,
And I think the average end fast target is between 25 and 35 yards. If you
is
take
it?
an average a shoot around the country,
Yeah.
then you get the short ones, and obviously they'll throw a couple of really long ones in.
Yeah. So 25 yards. Yeah.
But for
20,
me,
20, 23 meters, basically, something like that, isn't it?
yeah,
Yeah.
this is training for hunting.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, no, I get it. I get it. Yeah. Um, and that's why shoot your hunting setup
Yeah,
around a 3D course gives you so much confidence.
yeah,
If you shot, I shoot with, a lot of guys who hunt with
yeah,
recurves, and a few of them shoot really, really well 3D.
yeah,
Um, and they're absolutely lethal, in the
yeah,
hunting field because they're just so confident. And if you stick with the same rig year in, year
yeah.
out, um, you just learn those gaps, right? And once those gaps are learned, you're calm, and you just also, that 20 meter or 20-yard shot comes up.
It's a chip shot.
It's yeah, yeah, or what we call pitch and putt. Pitch
Yeah,
and putt. You just know it. You just feel the body feels confident
yeah,
under that. And I think that's where you want to be. But I would say though, with that, shoot your hunting rig all year round.
yeah.
You know, um, yeah, that's
I
what I did. Before it used to be that I was hunting first, competing second.
yeah,
Now I'm competing first, hunting
yeah.
second. Um,
Hunting's a reward for competing.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, right, yeah. Um, but it's the perfect training ground to
yeah.
shoot your hunting setup all the time. And I think a really good hunting setup, anyway, as long as you can control it. Um, when I say control
Yeah.
the poundage that you've got, it's a very competitive setup anyway.
I think Clay
It's,
came up with a nice idea last night. Of course, I like the adjustability in ILF, the fine tune you can do it when I finally master it. And he said, well, what about looking at the bosun carbon foam limbs, longbow limbs? They do an ILF longbow limb. So I've been reading all about those today.
right, right.
I
Yeah,
think
yeah, yeah.
that could be the best of both worlds. An ILF longbow limb. People do say a shorter riser works best with them. So I'm thinking long or extra long limbs on a 15 or 17-inch riser.
Oh yeah, it'd been a nice setup, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds a nice setup. Um, I was just thinking, I only just watched one on YouTube. Who's the Austrian guy? Is it the Woodsman?
Woodsman's finest.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got a couple of his queued up to watch on the Bosun ILF longbow limbs.
Yeah, so he just recently put out one. I don't know if you saw it just recently. He just put one out, I think a week ago, showing his final, what he's saying is the absolute best. And it's the longbow limb,
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure I think it's a 16-inch riser he's got on it, but then he's got long limbs.
Yeah.
It's not an expensive setup.
Is that the
It's
VPA riser?
I'm not sure. Not
So
sure.
I'm looking more towards a wooden riser just for cold weather conditions.
Sex appeal. That's why you're thinking about
Yeah.
it.
Is a metal
um,
riser really trad enough?
no, exactly. Yeah, right. Yeah. Um, no, his was a metal riser, but the limbs which he had on it were not crazy expensive limbs, but he's bought or had the most expensive limbs out there, and these are
Yeah.
the limbs which he's saying I would pick every single time. And
I think
I have a lot of respect for that guy. He's like super.
it's the grip to tip series, isn't it? Where he
That's it,
goes
grips
through
it. That's it.
every facet.
That's
I,
it.
I had a look at those Bison carbon, those carbon foam, the Boson carbon foam longbow limbs. I think they're 280 quid.
That was the ones. That was the
Yeah.
ones. Yeah, you reckon they outperform everything else?
Yeah.
Yeah,
But some of the other limbs we've
and
looked
he's
at, they're
had
like
some really, like
600
he's had
quid a
like
set.
eight. That's it. That's it. Yeah, yeah. Um, but what wooden riser would you put on it?
I'm looking at a peak to peak from RMS gear, Tom Clum's shop. There, he
Yeah,
has them made by South Cox of Stalker stick bows.
that's exactly what I was going to say.
Yeah.
That's exactly
I've,
what I was going to say. I've seen one over here. Only seen one over here.
actually, when we finish this, of course, I've still got the international calling on my cell package. I'm going to phone the shop and say, do you think this is the limb pad angle on your riser? Would it work with ILF limbs, longbow limbs, and see what they say?
Mm, mm. Yeah, no, I think that would be that would be the one I'd go for. I
Yeah.
think that's a super cool setup. Got
Yeah.
a lovely grip on it. Um, and what length would you go?
Uh, the 17 riser and long limbs.
Yeah, that'd be
It's
money, wouldn't it?
appealing. It's really appealing.
Yeah. My
And
bow now, my
that's not a mega expensive setup.
no,
Five
it's
hundred
not.
dollars for the riser, $300 for the limbs. So that's what
Yeah.
uh, £250 for the limbs, 4,500 for the riser. Nice,
Ah,
high quality value setup.
yeah. Yeah. And the thing is, as well, is something like that, get the right setup like that, and you like it,
Yeah.
got to be done, isn't it?
Oh
Got to be
God,
done.
yes.
But my new bow at the moment is like I was saying, it's fast.
Yeah.
You know, that longbow, which I was just talking about there, is
Yeah.
fast. And it's in a 66,
Yeah.
and it's a 24-inch riser in the middle,
Yeah.
but the whole bow 66 is well, on me anyway. It's a small little bow. I
Yeah.
draw just over 29.
Yeah.
It's a smart little
Of
bow.
course, the longer riser means shorter limbs, so more kick on the limbs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the one I've just ordered, the new one, which we're sending over on Wednesday,
Yeah.
is 68 inches long, so
Yeah.
2 inches longer. Is a 26-inch riser
Wow.
with the same limbs.
Yeah.
So we've just created a bigger middle with the same little fast limbs.
Yeah.
So the plan is that it will be stable,
Yeah.
more stable, and we've kept most of the speed.
Yeah. Best of
But
both worlds.
yeah, this is well, that's the plan, right? You know,
Yeah.
it's this is the idea. Um, but the one I'm shooting at the moment for a little longbow, it's crazy fast.
Yeah.
And it's for me anyway, 60. I know 66 isn't that short a bow, but because of the size of me and everything, it feels like a little bow.
Yeah.
You know, I'd happily take that bow in the woods. So I don't think I was thinking about selling that one, but I don't think I'm gonna keep that bow. And I think if anything, I'll set that bow up as my hunting bow.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah, because I'm drawing it to 40, just over 45
Yeah.
on such fast limbs. I think that will still that spits out a wood. It spits out a 500 grain arrow at around about. I think we were at late 170.
Damn. That's
So
going
it's
some.
yeah. It's still quick. It's still
Yeah.
quick enough. That's a nice punchy little bow then.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm thinking keep that one for that. But I say all that we see. Um, yeah, and that's the velocity. Nice bow.
Yeah.
Timber Points. It's Timber Points World Archery bow for 2026. Lovely, lovely little bow. But he's done one where he's done it on the 24-inch riser with the longer limbs
Yeah.
at 68. And now he's doing, and we've had one at 66. And now we're looking at one with the bigger riser in the
Yeah.
middle and still with the punchy little limbs. And then we're putting internal weights inside it to balance it out like
Yeah.
a bit more. It is what it is. It's built for 3D. Um,
It's built for
3D.
winning championships.
It's built for winning championships. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's not. I say that because to a purist, you're putting weights inside it. You're doing this. You're doing that. But
Yeah.
it's built for world archery.
Yeah.
It's built to be correct for their rules, and to be incredibly um, competitive.
Yeah.
Fast and stable. And that's the fun of it, right? To play around with these things.
It's basically building the archery equivalent of a 338 Lapua sniper rifle in the.
That's the plan. That's what
Yeah.
that's what we're trying to do. Yeah, I just change this, change that.
Yeah.
If it comes out like that or not, we see it, right?
Yeah.
Um, yeah. So that's where we are at the moment. And then other than that, I just need to get some new arrows for it, get some new arrows tuned up for it. Um, Season comes around quick.
Yes. Yeah.
We're into January. I don't know if it's like for you, but we're into January. In a minute, we'll be out of January.
Yeah.
You know, it goes that quick. January is always a funny month. You
Yeah.
get back. Um, yeah, January. February for me is always the slowest month. I always find February a little bit slow.
You get to March though, and then you're looking at spring, aren't you?
Oh, it's
You're
over
looking
then,
for
isn't it?
spring to
Done.
come.
Oh, March, it's all over.
Yeah.
It's all over. For me, in the hunting season, it used to go. January was always a tough month for hunting.
Yeah.
February, it would be like your second breath, like try and keep pushing.
Yeah.
March, it was over.
Yeah.
Everything was breeding again. We'd pack up then.
Yeah.
We're packing up in March. Um, yeah, yeah. But that was when I was running the dogs. But
Yeah.
that was another lifetime. That another lifetime. Good times, but yeah. Interesting how it goes.
Yeah.
But now it's nice because then March now means lighter nights,
Yes.
back on the bow.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
um,
More time to be outdoors.
yeah, more time to be outdoors again. Yeah,
Yeah.
shooting the bow, building up that conditioning. Um, so what will be your first competition? Do you think you'll do this year?
I don't know yet. I've rejoined E for this year.
Right,
I'm not sure. I've got to work my gaps out now on the recurve. I've got an arrow that's flying nicely. Point on's ridiculously long though. Point on's got to be about 60 yards.
right,
But
right.
the actual gaps don't seem like from 10 to 20 to 30, 40 yards. The gaps seem much closer than they did with the longbow. So I might give the recurve a run, and like I say, currently saving up, and I think it is going to be a P2P riser and both an ILF limbs to build a
Nice.
really sweet rig.
Yeah, yeah. No, I get that. That would be
But
so
I shall
nice.
phone RMS when we come off this and just ask their opinion on it. Hey, right,
Yeah,
what do you think? Will it work?
yeah, 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 yeah. And what wood would you have it in? Did you get a
Uh,
choice of woods?
there's walnut and cocobolo. It's a G10 I-beam
Yeah,
with almost like wooden scales on the side,
yeah,
so that can be produced faster and keep the costs lower.
yeah,
I think it's cocobolo, the darker wood.
yeah,
I think
yeah.
that looks
What
really,
what does the
really
riser
nice.
weigh? Do you know?
I don't. I can't. I did. I can't remember now. It's good. I think about 2.5 pounds. It's quite a substantial. That,
It must be with all that with G10 in the middle.
yeah.
Yeah, it must be. Yeah,
Tom had it built to create his perfect hunting sniper rifle
yeah, yeah. I remember that was a couple of years back. Was it 2 years ago now?
about about that. I think.
Yeah, 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 yeah. No, I remember when he was, they were coming up with a design and so on. I remember it
Yeah,
being mentioned on the push. Yeah, yeah,
but exciting.
yeah. That's right. Why not?
It's effectively a budget custom bow, budget custom riser.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah, yeah,
all
yeah,
produced by South Cox, who's an incredible bowyer.
yeah. Exactly. Yeah. What is the name of his bows?
Uh, he owns Stalker Stick bows,
That's
but
it. Stalker stick.
he also
That's it.
owns Dryad as well.
Okay. Stalker sticks was the name I was thinking of. Though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and he bought Dryad, so he
Okay.
does Dryad and Stalker.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Good bows.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm really excited, really excited.
Yeah. Yeah.
You
No,
know,
it's
I've
good,
never
isn't
got
it?
this excited about compounds.
No, I think with the trad as well, with that type of stuff, it speaks to you more in a different way
Yeah, it does.
because I don't know, it's slightly more primal, it's slightly
Yeah,
more um natural, in
yeah,
the sense of what it is. There's more of you have more of a relationship with it. But at the end of the day, with a compound, the compound strength is its technology,
yeah,
and the technology gets better every year,
yeah,
or should do. And therefore, if you have like a 4 or 5 year old compound, you feel like you have a substandard compound.
yeah.
But
Even
if
though
you have
they're still phenomenal.
yeah, yeah, no, I know. But I'm saying, like, but if you have a 4 or 5 year old longbow,
It's still a new bow.
well, it's your longbow.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean? They haven't built one better.
yeah.
There may be some changes or whatever, but basically that bow is going to be if
This
it
is
shoots
my
good for you.
longbow. There are many like it, but this one is mine.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. Who was that guy just recently on the push? Is it Stick Close? The guy who does the videos Stick Close. And
Oh,
he's
bloody hell.
do you know what I mean? And he's had
Yeah,
his Black Widow for like years and years and years.
yeah.
And then he went away from it for one time. He's had
Yeah,
it for God knows how many years because
it works.
it works.
It
And
works.
and yeah, and
There's no
improvements on
improvements in
bows,
technology, maybe materials, yeah,
a
but
little
it
bit, but
still works. It works.
yeah, yeah, it does yeah, exactly.
Still sticks
And
arrows through deer.
yeah, and yeah, so I think that's the lovely thing with that. I've sold some of my bows.
Yeah,
Um, Partly though, the reason why I have sold them is I'm not using them and I don't want to keep them for the
they need
sake
to
of
be
just
used, don't they? They're not
yeah,
museum pieces.
I feel like I'm squandering them.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Do you know what I mean? I
Yeah,
feel like it's too self-indulgent to have them just hung on the wall when somebody else could be using them.
it's this piece of art that deserves to fulfill its purpose.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. Somebody else deserves that bow.
Yeah,
Um, I'm not saying that with all bows. The Zeta, which I won the Europeans and the Worlds with, that bow's not going anywhere. Obviously not,
Yeah.
right? And that
It's
will
got
be a
an,
wall piece,
it's
and
got an
I don't
emotional
mind.
attachment though, hasn't it? A
Yeah, yes,
real,
and that will be a wall piece, and that won't go anywhere. Um, and I know I'll have other bows like that too, but they'll have, they have to
yeah,
earn that place,
yeah,
or they get so much part of me that I can't let them go.
yeah,
But I do feel that, personally, it's too much to just to keep my bows just because I'd like to keep them.
yeah.
Because I would like to keep them,
Oh yeah, that's
you know,
perfectly understandable.
but I think no, that's not fair almost. Doesn't feel fair
Yeah,
because, somebody else could be putting those two. Somebody else
yeah,
needs a bow. Somebody else
yeah,
needs a bow, right? Um, and every time I put them up, they're gone within the hour,
yeah,
you know, because I'm not asking silly money for them. I'm
yeah.
asking, fair money. Literally every time I have like at least 4 or 5 people all ask at the same time, can I have
But
it?
you look at compounds and folks, when a 2, 3 year old compound, folks are wanting like 80, 90% of brand new value for them, which is
Wow,
crazy.
really? Yeah,
Mm,
right. Yeah, yeah. No, compound's not a world I do much in. I have a compound. I've shot a compound.
yeah,
Um, just doesn't
trad
speak
just
to me.
feels more satisfying to me.
Yeah, yeah, completely.
Yeah,
Yeah. Um, I only shot the compound to hunt with. I
yeah,
didn't. I almost did. I trained with it well enough so I could ethically hunt with it,
yeah,
and then I never used it,
yeah,
other than literally then to hunt with it. And then I picked up a recurve, and all I wanted to do was just mess around with it.
yeah.
I just shot
So
and
much
shot and
fun.
yeah, so much fun. Just
Yeah.
shot and shot and shot until in the end I got really, really good with that. And um all my bad misses I've had hunting
Yeah.
compound,
Yeah.
never with a trad bow.
You have
Funny enough.
to, I think you work harder with a trad bow, or
You
maybe
work
that's my
harder,
impression.
yeah, you work harder, you get yourself because it is so much harder,
Yeah.
you get yourself, tighter in the
Yeah.
shot. Um, I guess you don't try and take so many liberties with it. Yeah. I've ever shown you my stag, which I took.
You sent me a photo of it.
Did I? Yeah,
That
yeah,
was gorgeous.
yeah. Monster,
Four-
wasn't it?
42 yards, because that was about your
Well,
point
that's right.
on.
Yeah, 42 yards. Yeah, you remember it perfectly.
Things like
Yeah,
that stick in my head.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Was it a gold medal stag?
No, no, it wasn't gold medal, but it was medaled. It was a
Yeah.
nice stag. Um, but that was with a 500. I think it was a 560 grain arrow,
Yeah.
50 pounds on the fingers, around 29.
For compound, that's a heavy arrow, isn't it? For trad
Yeah,
bows, that's not considered heavy.
no, no, no. That was a nice balanced arrow. That was.
Yeah.
Well, it gave me a 42 basically point on,
Yeah.
you know. Anything then shorter, um, you know, bottom of the chest,
Yeah.
for your short shots. Yeah, nice setup. And that was a Satori, Hoyt Satori, that was.
Yeah.
Only bow I've ever had stolen, that was.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, yeah. We were renting a house, um, Richmond area, and
Yeah.
very few times I left the bow in the studio, at a little studio in the garden.
Yeah.
And someone jumped the back of the fence, came in, took the power tools. And whilst they were there, they took the bow too. Silly boys, silly boys. Because look, it was a left-handed 50-pound bow.
Yeah.
How many people want that?
I was going to say,
Honestly,
your market for selling that is about like that, isn't it?
yeah. They
That,
didn't know what they'd take. They didn't know what they'd taken.
Yeah.
They didn't know what they'd taken. Yeah, but these things happen, and I just, yeah, I replaced it um with a border 21-inch um wooden riser
Yeah.
with a little bit of G10 going through it. Not crazy heavy, but
Yeah.
heavy enough. It was nice. Um, and I chucked at the time. I got some border limbs on it as well, which shot okay. Shot
Yeah.
okay. Um, heavy limbs to shoot a heavy arrow.
Yeah.
That Satori was just one of those bows which I don't know. It worked at the time,
Yeah.
I just really, really liked it. I had a little springy rest on it. I'd spray canned all the colors on it.
Oh
It
wow.
was yeah, it was completely camoed up using little stencils. I made a load of little stencils
Yeah.
up and then just sprayed it with all different colors. Literally, it was all custom for me. I
Nice.
know that it's a Hoya. I
Yeah.
know it come off the shelf, but still, it was
It had got
I'd
your
custom.
touch on it.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly, and yeah, no, they're good bows there. Very good bows. What's your one? What's your bow?
Uh,
Your riser?
the riser, I've got it's a toe point slither. They actually take all the hook grips and
Right.
it's quite heavily deflexed. The reason I went for a deflexed riser, the theory being it'd be more forgiving for me as a new shooter,
Yep.
harder to torque the bow. I've also been lent a white feather lark, which a
Yep.
few on Trad Talk said the larks go well as longbow risers because the limb pad angle's right. Like I say, I'm going to speak to RMS gear. Of course, I've got a hankering for a peak to peak riser now.
Mm. Oh yeah, I bet. I
Yeah.
bet. Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, so next time I see you, you'll probably have one of those, I'm sure.
I'm looking to get it around end of July, start of August time.
Yeah, nice,
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah. I'm looking
Yeah,
to it.
yeah, definitely, definitely. No, I think, like you say, the whole playing around with the trad bows and setups and so on, so much fun.
Yeah.
It
Frustrating
is.
at times, but still, no matter how frustrating, it's still enjoyable.
Yeah.
But you learn from your mistakes, don't you? And next time you set
Oh,
something up, it gets easier.
yeah, 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 yeah. No, completely. That's me every year.
Yeah. Yeah.
Every year I'm changing something and realizing why it doesn't work.
Yeah.
Um, Good. Well, look, I think I'm gonna
And
say
so I could do go and get myself some dinner now. Ian, it has been such a pleasure to talk to you again. Thank you so much for being so generous with your time.
that's right,
Uh,
buddy. No, always
just
good.
let folks know where they can find you on the socials.
Instagram, it's pretty sure it's Ian Edwards Sculptor,
Isn't it
and I
in
think
Edward Studios now?
let me just check. Could be. Be pretty bad if I've got it wrong.
No, because you were Ian Edwards Sculptor for so long. I don't know why I thought it had, or is it Ian Edwards Sculpture with a thing underneath Ian Edwards
Ian
Studios?
Edwards Sculptor.
Yeah,
Ian Edwards Sculptor, and then then the underneath is at Ian Edwards Studios, which
yeah,
is email address.
yeah.
Yeah. So that's where I am. Well done for correcting me. That's the best place to find me.
Don't make me sound like a creepy stalker at all. But it's
But the main one is let me look up the squad. 2 seconds.
I'll drop these down in the show notes underneath so folks can just sit them and go and check them out.
Yeah. 3D. Yeah, so it's Archery GB 3D squad. That's a
Lovely.
and that's got I have all the information in it where we're where we're at, what we're doing, um, next seminars and so on. And as you uh, kindly reminded me to say, we've got Oliver Oakenhart on the 15th of this
Yeah,
month doing a seminar for us. So that's all good.
excellent.
Brilliant.
It has
Brilliant.
been such a pleasure to talk to you. You know where to find me, folks. Just stick Archery Gig outdoors in Google and I appear. Say it 3 times and I appear like Beetlejuice and just as horrifying. Ian, thank you so much for your time. It's genuinely appreciated.
Brilliant.
Right, folks. Remember, stay safe, shoot straight. Good night.